Hi Tyria, happy Friday and welcome to Guild Chat. I'm your host Ruby and thank you all for taking some time from your day to spend with us. I am going to be joined by our dev guest Nick. Hey Nick.
Hi Ruby, hello everybody. Thank you so much for having me today. My name is Nick and I am a game designer here at ArenaNet, and I am one of the designers on Shing Jea map, which we are going to be looking at today.
Yeah.
Talk about stuff.
Awesome. Yeah. So the video that you just saw, we debuted earlier this week, and that was your first peek at Shing Jea Island, the first zone that you will encounter in Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons. So Nick and I are going to expand on that today and show you some more of Shing Jea Island. Two quick things before we get started. While we are going to show you several areas of Shing Jea Island and you're going to see more than you saw in the video, we are leaving a lot for you all to discover for yourselves in the game after End of Dragons launches. But if you don't want any spoilers, if you want to come in with completely fresh eyes and you don't want to see anything beforehand, this is your time to maybe kind of dip out. We will miss you, but we will understand that you don't want spoilers. The second thing is that we are, like we mentioned in the Skiffs and Fishing live stream, we are on a development client, so End of Dragons is a work in progress. You're going to see some things that aren't quite finished, like temporary text, placeholder icons on things, and some placeholder NPCs, while the rest of the Canthan NPCs get taken care of. So, that said, are we ready to dive in and get started?
I think so.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
All right, where are we starting? Because it's beautiful.
It is really beautiful. Which camera are we looking at? Okay, we're looking at mine. So we're going to just do a quick pan around and be like, oh, look how beautiful this area
It's so gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, like, you all probably, if you're watching the video that just happened, you saw this, right? You saw parts of this area, which is Saitong Harbor. And this part of Saitong Harbor that we're in specifically is actually the area where you will first pop into the expansion maps after you've finished the first instance. And we chose Saitong Harbor specifically because we wanted to have an area that was both vibrant and, you know, a good kicking off point, both culturally and content-wise. Because with Saitong Harbor during the day, we wanted something that kind of gave people a peaceful, for lack of a better term, or like more easy entrance into the world, right? Like, you're not just like crashing in and then there's like fire and death everywhere. It's like, no, you come in and it's like, wow, this place looks actually pretty neat.
But if you do want fire and death, later.
Yeah, but Saitong Harbor specifically, which we'll see within the content today, is more about kind of exploratory content, a lot of like just fun interactions, assisting NPCs and things like that. During the daytime. So yeah, I'm just currently playing the one vista that is still in progress. I'm working on it. I promise you it'll be even prettier by the end.
I don't see how, but okay, because it's gorgeous.
Stay tuned. And yeah, this is pretty much just like, you know, as I mentioned, when we get here, this will be what people see first and foremost. Yeah. Down there, though, which is the area that we need to get to, and fun fact, you can't actually jump over these rails. They are jump-proof.
You can sky scale over it, though.
You can sky scale, or you can springer, which is the OG jump mount.
It's very true.
You'll see that like this is just kind of the overarching Saitong Harbor area, and one of the first events, because we're actually going to be looking at some events today, one of the first events that we're going to be looking at is the hide and seek event, which at certain points I will need to pause and type in commands. So
You can do some secret dev hacks.
Yeah, some secret dev hacks.
Yeah. So while you're doing that, this hide and seek event, there is a little kid that she's lost her toys, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But we're going to help her out, and this is the kind of event that you can expect to see at the very beginning. It's just kind of easing you in. Things are a little more peaceful, not entirely peaceful, as we will show you soon. But it's just there's more of a focus on how do things work, how do you get around, what's going on here. So we will take a look at that. Is she cooperating with you?
She is. it's a little difficult. There we go.
Hey, there we go. All right. So remember that one time that I said that not everything was finished, and some things were still a work in progress? We're gonna go over here to this little kid. She's worried about, she's missing her toys. That's not the only thing she's missing, and we are working on it. Bless her little heart.
Yeah, as Ruby said, or as you can see here, as mentioned, there is
Oh, okay. You're good.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I apologize. I'm getting some feedback from the team that I'm also trying to process at the same time.
We're doing it live.
But yeah, we're doing it live. But as Ruby mentioned, this is still a work in progress. So even our NPCs are still under construction. But with the hide and seek event, right? What we did was we made an event where players need to find toys that have been kind of strewed about the Setong Harbor, and this is just a fun way for us to be able to get you to kind of run around and explore the area. But the reason that they're gone and kind of missing is because there are a lot of spirits within this part of Shing Jea, and in this particular locale there are a bunch of like playful spirits that we call pale spirits. And with the pale spirits, these ones are, like I said, like very mischievous enemies. So what we need to do, also I'm like trying my hardest not to skill click right now because I don't have my appropriate mouse.
I found a toy.
What happens is when you finally do find toys, you will be challenged by the spirits, and you will need to beat them in their challenge. You don't actually kill them or anything along those lines, but
just determining that I am worthy to pick up this toy.
Yeah, you're being
No,
like, hey,
and if
stop that.
If you get too close, they will hurl you into the air.
Yes, they will hurl you into the air in a very fun fashion.
Yes.
But
Mischievously.
Yeah, mischievously, of course. But with this content, it's mostly just about, like I said, going around exploring. It is a group event. A lot of the events that we're actually going to be showing you today are group events, and so Ruby and I will be skipping through certain parts of the content because we want to make sure that we show you as much as we can, as well as reflect on the fact that these are group events, so you're not going to see them in the same light as you would when there's a bunch of other players around.
I'm just kind of admiring the game board.
Yeah, there are a bunch of different kinds of toys.
Yeah, so the toys that
for.
she's asking for, do you want to talk about those a little bit? Because those are interesting.
Yeah, sure. So with these, right, we wanted to make sure that we could culturally give some more depth in Kantha as a whole. So we looked to a lot of different Asian cultures to see what we can pull from to kind of help. Also, the text is very temp, if you couldn't tell by the fact that there's a sad face, if nobody noticed. But there are different kinds of toys, and what we did was we looked at Asian cultures and kind of what toys come from them. And we wanted to kind of help reflect those things to help make Kantha feel a bit more unique in that regard, while also giving opportunities for education. So within the content itself and within the world, we try to find opportunities to help solidify the differences and a culture that is Kantha.
Yeah. I was just sitting there holding the board while I was listening to you talk, and I feel like she was like, ma'am, please.
Just please give me my toy back. We only have so much time before they take them for good.
Right.
Yeah, but so I think that's all that we should really show for today when it comes to the Pale Spirits and the hide and seek event.
Yeah.
So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna force complete this.
Okay, let's make it nighttime. This NPC is.
Oh, so actually, we should probably do the boat event first before we do nighttime
yeah,
as well.
let's go to the boat event.
Hide.
All
So
right,
then-
you go. I will follow you.
Okay. Where is the boat? So here's the boat.
Yeah, I've got to. Oops.
And then what's cool about the boating events is that JSW boat is that with the boat events, what happens is that there are actually boats that will come into and out of the harbor, and once, like right now, what we're doing is we're actually taking it on a joyride because I enjoy moving platforms, and I think it's nice to be like, hey, unless I jump off the boat, and then man overboard.
I'm coming with you.
Wait, quick, Ruby, save me.
Want to race?
No, I'm under you.
You're
There we go.
Okay, I'm gonna aggressively T-pose drive this boat.
Yeah.
We're gonna come with
within development. We also, sometimes backtrack a little bit. So within the boats and fishing, video, you saw that we had like animations, and then like unfortunately one of our animations broke. So now whenever we drive boats, people T-pose. It happens. But yeah, basically, with this event,
we have Strong Wife, who is one of my favorite NPCs. Unfortunately, I've been told that is not her permanent name,
is
and
not-
I'm
that
a
is
little
not her
salty
permanent
about it.
name.
But that's okay.
yeah,
I like her anyway.
I do try to name my NPCs as comedically as possible to make sure that people like editing can see it and are just, and they know not to allow that to pass. Sometimes, unfortunately, it's not comedic enough, or like I guess it's too good, and then it accidentally slips through, and I'm like, oh no. But I don't think this is unfortunately going to be one of those cases. Okay, so what I'm going to actually do, so that way to make sure that we can hit all of our content on time, is
You can make her boat go faster.
I'm going to make everything go faster.
Oh, yay.
Which is a great way for people to see our god powers.
The god powers are super fun. I'm not going to lie. Wait, no, come back. Okay, hold on, we're going to crash. This is not okay.
And
Sorry, Strong Wife.
there we go. Yeah, so I just sped up the entire server,
Yep.
basically.
Made time go super fast.
Anytime goes super duper
All right,
fast.
so what does she want?
Oh, I'm underwater. Right there. What she wants is for us to help her out with her deliveries.
All right, so I love this one because, like, it's an interesting quest on how we do this.
Uh-oh. Oops.
What do you have?
So this is actually a bonus version of the event.
I was like,
that
this is
we're
not the
gonna
crate
be
I was
showing
expecting.
today. So I'm going to force complete this. Sorry, everybody.
No, I want this basket of fish. Hold on. Hey, y'all remember what I said about this being a dev environment and some things being slightly weird? Mm-hmm. Also, Nick's god powers are so powerful that sometimes they even get away from him.
That is very, very true. But what I can do is also make sure that...
No, she's leaving.
Yeah, she's leaving again, but it's okay, because I'm going to cheat. I'm a dirty cheater.
Okay. I feel like she's just standing there on the boat like,
There we
"Guys,
go. Yeah, so...
I need you to get it together. Oh, here we go.
Oops.
Ma'am,
I'm doing
your
a lie.
crates.
It's okay. She's gonna go on her journey. It's fine. I won't break
Okay.
anything. I promise. But the parts of the event that we're supposed to see are are these two things. So the boat event is about taking the items that she unloads from her boat and delivering them to the right individuals. So it's a standard, collection and delivery event. But with not Path of Fire, with End of Dragons, what we've been trying to do is find ways to take standard objectives that you're used to, like taking things from point A to point B, or killing things, right, fighting bosses, and trying to see where we can add nice flares. So in regards to the boat events, there are two different kinds of crates. There are fragile crates and there are heavy crates. And with fragile crates, you can actually pick one up just as you could normally, but what's cool about these is that you can actually pick up to 3, and each one counts as a thing, right? Like, as if you were going to pick up a thing and turn it in. The trade-off, though, is that the fragile crates cannot be carried with mounts, so you have to walk them, and the more that you're carrying, the slower you go, right? Because the heavier that they are. So Ruby is currently taking those crates. And while she does that, I'm going to actually also show you the other one, which is my personal favorite, and also was a very big pain in the buns to make. And that is the cargo crates or heavy crates. And the thing about the heavy crates is that it's a super duper heavy crate that is really hard to move around with as a player. But what's cool about it is that with these ones, you can actually mount up. And the overarching objective is to tow these crates with your mounts. And each mount does something a little bit differently. Like the overarching goal set and mechanics are the same, but what we found in development is that there's a little bit of emergent gameplay with different mounts where, you know, like the Springer does something that can help people get to it faster in a specific way. Same thing with the Skimmer, same thing with the Sky Scale, things like that. Some are going to be more effective than others, and it might actually surprise you which ones are the most effective comparatively.
So you can do something. Wait, can I just like ride on the cargo crate? Wait a minute.
You cannot, unfortunately. that'd be really cool though.
That'd be great.
That would be. But yes, like I turn that in, and then Ruby is going to turn in that one. Actually, I think you are at the wrong NPC for that.
Yeah,
one.
I was like, wait, he's not having any of this.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want those.
I didn't order this.
I didn't-
This is not my iPhone.
I didn't order these glass things. I ordered rocks, a giant box of rocks. He gave me my box of rocks. Your NPC is actually going to be over here, Ruby.
I have a box of fragile glass.
Yeah.
So yeah, depending on what mount you use, you get it there differently.
Yeah, and as you can see, there are different turn-in NPCs for different objects. So it's not always going to be the same person looking for the same thing.
Sorry.
And that's pretty much everything for the boat event. As something else I was going to mention that you got a little visual hint of is that with the boat events, sometimes the things that you're going to be delivering will be different and have a different mechanic, which you saw just a tiny little piece of today. But you'll be able to actually get to experience it when the game finally does ship.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to force complete this event as well, because I have that power.
I'm going to just hurl my crates to
do
the
that
ground. It's
again.
fine.
Yeah, minus succeeding, good effect testing. And what I'm going to do next is actually I'm going to make it nighttime.
I think it should get dark real fast.
Yeah, because what's really interesting about specific parts of Shing Jea is that there is differences between the daytime and the nighttime. And what happens is I'm actually going to turn it to nighttime, and then I'm going to stop talking because I think y'all can actually hear the stream, or like you can hear the gameplay. And I want to make sure that people can actually hear some of the dialogues that we have implemented. So I'm doing that.
Let's go, the sun's setting.
Here somewhere.
And
Guess I'll head in. They'll be here
sorry,
soon.
1 second.
This family's heading inside.
Are they heading inside?
Yeah.
Good night. Careful. That time already, huh?
What I'm trying to see is like, were the dialogues firing? I think they are.
Yeah, I've seen good night. It's we better get heading inside.
cool.
It's late. Good night. Be safe getting home.
Yeah.
Text me when you get there.
There we go. Yeah, I'm actually controlling the time. So, okay. So they said their stuff, and what you're seeing is that all of the individuals within the harbor, more specifically, are actually going into their houses during the nighttime. Like everybody's just getting up and going in, right? They're talking about how they need to hurry, things like that. And the reasons for that is kind of touching on the overarching spirit theme that you saw earlier with the hide and seek. There are friendly spirits that will pop up throughout the area and actually just kind of roam around, and the locals want to give them the space to be able to do that. Like that's kind of what the overarching culture is here, is like these spirits exist, we just want to allow them to do the things that they need to do. And what you will see is that unfortunately for them, the nighttime does actually get a bit more hostile outside of these spirits because of the fact that there are some people who are a bit more advantageous when it
here we
comes to
go.
these spirits. And I'm going to stop talking again so you can actually hear Kyung say the things that she wants to say.
Get out of here. Do you have a death wish?
And something of note before they start talking again is that you will notice that these two probably look very much alike. As mentioned, things are still under construction.
I I
Come
do
out
want
and
to call out
play.
how gorgeous the
Obnoxious.
models are.
Well,
Yes,
if you're
they
sticking
look amazing.
around,
Yeah,
help
the-
me get rid
the
of these
character
jerks.
team has been doing an
Here,
amazing
I'll
job.
channel you some ritualist magic.
There she is. Oh, and she finally made a friend. How sweet. Ooh. So do you want to start things off, or should I?
Guess that answers
Someone's
that.
eager tonight. Get these pests out of our way.
Okay, let's do this. Hit them hard, especially the ones who are out there chaining spirits. They're the worst of them. And ring any bells you see. They'll give you the power to help cleanse the spirits.
All right, cool. So now, basically, just to quickly summarize what's happening and what happened. So we have a new enemy type, called the Speakers, and for Shing Jea, there's a subfaction of the Speakers that are a bit more hostile and not as kind as you might see in other areas of the expansion. But what we're doing here is that these are like rookie ritualist speakers, and they're trying to do things what we consider to be now the easy way, which is like just taking things by force, which isn't great, right? That's not how people should do things. So our ally Kyung is a master of the new form of ritualism, which is more about like befriending the spirits and consent, for lack of a better term. What's happening here, as you can see, is that there are these rookie ritualists are trying to bind and capture these villager spirits, and whenever they do, the villager spirits will turn hostile. And what our job is, alongside Kyung, is to defeat these ritualists, right? Cull them, and also with any villagers that have been taken over, or even the ones that haven't, we want to use a new ritual skill that we've actually been temporarily given by Kyung to cleanse them, right? Right now it's temporarily called Cleansing Resonance, and what's happening here is that you use this temporary skill to kind of set them free, send them on their way, things like that. And yeah, just like, it's a standard break morale event with a bit more complexity, both narratively and non-narratively. And we wanted to focus on other elements like break bars. So what happens here is that the way to stop them from just channeling stuff is to break their break bar, and then it will unbind the villager and allow them to go free. And yeah, this is just one part of this overarching content narrative. But we thought that it would be cool to show you all kind of the fact that, like, show you the transition between daytime and nighttime and how things can be a bit more hostile depending on the overarching state of the map.
Speaking
for
of
Shing Jea.
character, oh sorry, well he died, so that was inconvenient. Speaking of character art, I'm trying to find, here's a ritual spirit that's up. Stop killing them. Because
here.
I want to show off how good they look. Okay, here's one.
I've made this one immortal.
Thank you.
welcome.
That seems unwise in the long term.
Oh,
but
or
also,
not.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you know what? Just trust me.
Yes, they all look really cool.
Nick is just an unstoppable force of destruction.
I'm not doing anything. My hands are off. I think it's probably Kyung that's doing a much better job.
I need Kyung to just chill for like 2 seconds. There we go. Look at how
please.
good.
They're really cool
so
looking.
uncooperative.
And each of these different
Look
spirits has a different skill set that you'll see. And shout out to the Encounters team,
Yeah.
who have been doing an absolutely amazing job with all of the armies in this expansion. But that's pretty much going to be it for this event as well, because as I mentioned, we want to get through a lot more stuff.
Yeah, well, why don't we take a look at Kyung? I think is unhappy with me for not helping. We're very much working at cross purposes here. Why don't we go over to the training grounds and take a look there? Does that work?
Yeah, for sure. So let's see. I'm actually going to teleport there because I am a cheater. Let's see.
No, you're getting the players to the cool stuff quicker.
To the cool stuff quicker. Yeah.
I'm gonna come to you.
100%. Later. All right. so
Hey,
we're gonna
I
wait
too
for...
am cheating my way over to you.
Yeah. Did you teleport to me? You did.
I
Okay, cool.
did.
So with this expansion, what we also want to do is that since Shing Jea is the first map that a lot of people are going to encounter, and since with an expansion, usually we have a lot of new and returning players, what we wanted to do is give a space where people could refamiliarize themselves with our different combat mechanics, content types, and things like that in a safe and accessible space. So within Shing Jea, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Ruby, I think training grounds also existed in Guild Wars 1. I can't remember specifically. I know people in chat will be like, yes or no.
Yeah, that is asking me to remember really far back.
Right. But with Shing Jea, we now have a training grounds area that is, as I mentioned, tailored for those things. And what we'll see here is that there's a focus in specific areas for specific things. So with this one, with this guy, it's all about dodging and blocking. And this is actually also a renown heart.
Yeah.
And which also, to mention, I don't know if anybody noticed that the top right is missing right now. That's to make sure that we are not spoiling things that we wouldn't be showing today. But as we're walking through this, like this is an area is a renowned heart. I think it will also be repeatable if I'm not mistaken. And the overarching objectives is just, you know, giving players a bit more of a reward and visual progress for the things that they're doing. There's also this Defiance training mech, and the point of this one is to teach players teach and remind players how to break down break bars and use their break bar breaking skills. So basically just pop all those things and then break the break bar, and then you'll get renown credits. And then the third one over here for the training NPCs is actually about combo fields and getting solid combo field work out. So like, as an example, the way you'll get credit for this one is by dropping combo fields and then blasting them and things like that. And there's a few other areas as well here, like that one over on the top right-hand corner that I'm not going to be showing today, that are also dedicated towards showing people how to do specific combat mechanics and things like that.
And there's other stuff that we teach here too.
There is, yeah. The next thing that we can show here, and I'm actually going to mount up, because gotta go fast.
Wait.
In the smart words of Sonic the Hedgehog. The next thing that we actually have is also a jumping puzzle, right? And with this jumping puzzle, what we wanted to do is kind of have a puzzle that allows for people to kind of easily go through the content. Also, please don't judge.
Like, you made this. You're so good at it. You busted through it like 5 times yesterday.
What I mean is, like, please don't comment on how fast I'm going, if I am going fast to you. I make a lot of puzzles, so I'm pretty used to them. But with this puzzle, right, like hopefully it's simple enough. The overarching desire here and goal set here was to have a puzzle that helps people get accustomed to different jumps, right? Jump height, jump length, and things like that. As well as also refamiliarize themselves with like the gliding jumps and things like that. Because actually, if I'm not mistaken, Ruby, you're currently talking to the training NPC.
I am, and yeah, you can just run up to him and be, what do I do? How does this work? And he will tell you, jump and glide your way to the top of the course. I don't think I'm going to get this again because I got it yesterday while we were working on this. But this first one, you jump and it will tell you, like, hit your spacebar to glide.
Yeah.
But what if you don't have Heart of Thorns and you haven't unlocked gliding?
So with End of Dragons, actually, we've made the decision to unlock gliding for anybody who owns End of Dragons from the moment that you enter into the maps. And so you're going to have gliding no matter what.
Yay!
If you own End of Dragons, you got gliding. First tier. Easy on us.
Enjoy.
Yeah, and the overarching reason for that was mostly that gliding is such an integral part of our overarching joy of movement and combat systems that we thought that it would be better to make sure that players have that we didn't have to design around it, right? Because for certain expansions and certain things, we always have to be like, okay, well, we can't do things this way because some players might not have mounts, some players might not have gliding. So with End of Dragons, we kind of wanted to try to remove that limitation and hit on the areas that we feel we're the strongest in, which is mostly joy of movement, and gliding is a strong indicator and mechanic / tool with that. So yeah, just long story short, anybody who doesn't have gliding, the second you enter into Dragons, you will have gliding.
Yeah, and that eliminates that question of we have to design around what if people don't have it, because now you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
That's the jumping puzzle.
And you've made it to the top like 7 times. I'm looking at like 3 things. I've walked off the edge of this like 3 different times.
I mean, you know, it's just like I said, I think you got this.
I'm pretty sure I do. I'm just drifting while walking. Hey,
so you did it.
Yay!
Awesome.
I'm so proud of myself. And I got a present.
Pogs in chat.
All right, so what else do we have to look at over here? Because there's more stuff to teach.
There is. So we also thought that it'd be beneficial for people to actually be able to exist in interact in a combat scenario. So there's actually this area right here that is a training arena or a practice fight arena where there are 2 teams, right? There's the ally team and then the enemy team. And what we do here is basically we just fight people, but we fight them in a very safe space. Like, it's an opportunity for players to be able to test their skills and stuff like that with group content. What's really interesting about this one, compared to other events, is that I'm actually going to un-immortal myself right now, and I'm going to die.
Oh, yeah.
And what happens is that when you die, you don't, like, you just get pulled out of the combat zone, you get pulled out of the arena, and that was made so that way, like, anybody who is here can just, you know, rally, right? Let's pick ourselves back up and then go back into the fight without needing to worry about rallying or getting full downed and having to waypoint and run back. And this event is on a rotation constantly, so whenever it succeeds, we'll move on to the next thing, have a cooldown, repeat, etc., etc., etc. But with this, we wanted to create a space that allowed for players to just kind of mash their skills and things like that.
Just practice.
Yeah, like as mentioned before, the training grounds is all about re-educating and or reinforcing the education of specific things. And what's cool is that if you don't want to fight, you can just stand out here and they can't hurt you. You can just watch everybody fighting. I think that's really cool, personally.
I do too.
Yeah. All right, but we're gonna allow them to continue their practice battles because we got other stuff to show.
Yeah. So when you're done, okay, I've practiced enough. You can just leave.
Yeah. It's like I don't want to do this anymore. Let's
I'm
move
bored
on.
of this.
Yeah. And there is one more thing within the training grounds that we actually want to show today, and that is some gadget interactions for a lot of events. Because as you know, we enter events. It's not just pressing one, punching, fighting, things like that, or grabbing things and taking it from point A to point B. We also have interactions. And what's really interesting about End of Dragons is that for some content, what we're trying to do is put more of an emphasis on like micro and mini game abilities. So what's happening here is that in this part, we're actually painting, and we have like a mini little puzzle game where it's, you know, choose the right icon out of these, which is the correct brush stroke. And for each one that you get right, it will increase your renown. And I think with this one, there's actually also a timed element, so the faster you do it, the better you'll be. But with this expansion, you know, as I mentioned, we're trying to take each of the different elements that people usually interact with and find a way to diversify them a little bit. I mean, they've already been diverse, but like, you know, just help continue pushing that envelope. So this area is designed to kind of help educate that mini game, educate the fact that you have to interact with things to help progress, and yeah. I don't know. I also just like painting. I think this is really, really neat.
I like it.
I wasn't standing so close to it.
Can we take a moment to appreciate Apprentice Ari over here? Because she's fantastic. Is it true you're part dragon and you can kill me by just looking at me? I was like, I'm not sure who you've been talking to. I need to know, like, where did you, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna go. But
Yeah.
I love her. She's great. She's just sitting there because she seems perfectly calm. She's like, so you can kill me by looking at me, huh? You seem
like you're
comfortable, so I feel like I'm not that scary.
You're that commander person, I think.
Please ignore the giant hammer when I tell you that I am safe.
Exactly.
So yeah,
and-
that's what that is.
Yeah, and also shout out to Indigo and Aaron, who are narrative designers for this map, who have done like an absolutely amazing job, both like within the world narrative and the dialogues and things like that. I think that they've really knocked it out of the park.
It is so good. They have done amazing work, and I love seeing their work throughout the game. Just that's something to keep an eye on as you're running around End of Dragons after launch, and probably as we show you things between now and launch. The dialogue is amazing and fun, and I
Agreed.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, where to next?
Where to next? So what we're actually going to do is, Ruby, if you can meet me over by the Mount Taxi.
I'm sorry. The what?
The Mount,
I act like I'm surprised by this.
right? It's like oh, we didn't rehearse this or anything. With this, with Shing Jea specifically, what it is, we introduced a new kind of transportation, which I think we're coining Mount Taxi, at least internally. We don't know if it's going to ship with that name, but well, you and I should actually go to Eastern Wilds. And what's cool about this is that for those who don't have mounts or don't want to use their mounts, right? They just kind of want to allow the thing to run. What we've done was we've created a taxi system, right, within Shing Jea, where you have the ability to just ask, hey, can you take me to this part of the map? And they'll be like, yep. And you can actually get onto the raptor and just go. And there are different speeds as well, because it's like, let's just say that you don't want to just go from point A to point B. Like what you can do is you can actually stop it if you want to stop and kind of take a look around. You can have it walk if you want to be able to do that, but still continue moving forward, right? You have the ability to jog if you want more of an intermediary, and then if you're just like, gotta go fast, you can like hit the run
if you just
button.
want to get there.
Yeah, you're just like, meow. Also, as we're doing this, shout out to Tracy West, because she's the one who has been doing all of the work for the Shing Jea map. She's the environment artist for Shing Jea. And as we're running, I'm literally just going to be panning the camera around as best I can, because
Yeah, I'm back here at a slow jog, just like, I just want to see.
just want to stop and watch, yeah. What I'm trying to do is like get it going, like go, get to the spots. But while also showing like, hey, like, wow, we're currently in Zhendaijun. Look how absolutely beautiful this area is. Look at that. Look at all these things. And it will take you from point A to point B throughout the different routes. So it's not just going to like find the most direct route. It is going to take safer and possibly more scenic routes as well, just to make sure that we have that balance of getting you to your destination and also being able to showcase specific areas, run it through possible content locales and things like that. And there's a fifth skill that it also has that I didn't actually want to. I'm not actually going to hit on until I get to the spot. But what's interesting about this one is it's called Grab Reins. So in other content, I think primarily in Season 4, and I think parts of Season 5, the Icebreed Saga, what you have the ability to do is rent mounts, which this is a little different. That's why we're calling it the mount taxis. But with the rented mounts, you can actually grab a mount that allows you to just kind of ride it wherever. And we thought, is like, well, with the mount taxi system, what you should also be able to do is have the option to do that. So like what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to hit to training grounds, and then we're going to have it run, but I'm going to quickly grab the reins, and what that will do is that actually allows me to drive around a rentable mount. So for those, as I mentioned, who don't have mounts, they have the ability to take the reins, take control, and drive it around. It does still follow standard rules for rentable mounts, where if you jump off of it, like you're stuck wherever you are, right? Got to run back. But we wanted to make sure that it had a lot of flexibility in those decisions.
All right, I have arrived. I was taking the scenic route, which I recommend once you've got your mount taxi that you do at least once just to look around and enjoy the drive.
Yeah, so now that we've actually done some training, I think that it would be beneficial for us to put it to practice, yeah. So where we currently are is what we call the Eastern Wilds. This is actually going to be the location where there's a heart that's based around fishing. So once you've unlocked fishing, you will actually have the ability to practice with it within parts of Shing Jea as well.
Hey, real quick, are you still mortal?
No, I am not still
There
immortal,
it is.
so thank you.
You're welcome. I was like, oh, he's gonna die.
I ungodded myself. All right, so I'm going to quickly do is ESW.
Can't do this and be mortal. That's unacceptable.
All right, and what happens here also is that sometimes not nice people come. And what kind of not nice people, you ask? Well,
Also, not people.
ones that aren't actually people. So I'll let him speak for himself. Themself? Itself.
Yeah, I don't. The Naga Tide Priest.
Let's see where you at.
There can be no
I can hear them yelling.
blood for blood.
Oh, they'll be here.
There's a lot of anger coming from there's something in the water. Hey,
Yeah, and surprise Naga. Always love some surprise Naga.
I do not.
I do. But, so in our map, we have a non-small amount of content that is utilizing one of the new armies, which is the Naga army, that have a bunch of new skill sets and things along those lines, thanks to our wonderful encounters team. And what you will also see here, this large lat over here, the Naga have also incorporated, oh no.
They've incorporated incorporated forced map transfers.
Basically.
Hey, could you do me a huge favor? And I need some more surprise Naga, please.
Basically. All right, let's Naga up, as they say. But as
No one
what
has
you all
ever
probably
said
saw, nobody's ever said that before in the history of Guild Wars 2. What you saw here is that we actually have the new enemy type, and we have Kappa, which are a brand new model as well, which, as we're fighting the Naga, I'm going to try to zoom in as much as I can so people can see how absolutely stunning they are. Creature team has been doing an amazing job with these models. But as you saw here, the Kappa are part of the Naga army, and similar to like the Svanir, right, with their Rock Dogs, or the Sylvari with their Sylvan Hounds, the Naga have the Kappa, and the Kappa come in all different sizes as well, and each of them kind of having their own powerful skill sets that affect players in different ways. So let's see if we can actually get one of them to do the thing. Also, this event is basically the overarching narrative of this event is that the Naga are currently raiding the area, and what they're trying to do is steal supplies from these villagers, and our job is to help defend them and also return those supplies that are being stolen. So if we actually, like, what will happen is a X will pop over the head of one of them once they steal anything if we stop being so good at this
I'm
game.
sorry.
Aha, over there. There is one. I mean, like, granted, if we weren't in God mode right now, we would very much die.
Oh, totally. But since I am in God mode, I am enjoying my catalyst a lot.
Yeah. And so what you need to do with this event, right, is basically murder them, or at least beat them up, right? Break their morale, and then return the supplies to where they were taken from. So if I can, oh, gotta do that, gotta do that. I know how to play this game, I promise. And go over the storage areas and return them. Yeah. But
At some point, I became mortal as well. It's not okay.
it happens every now and then. Oh no, Ruby, don't die.
I'm good. I did not.
Yeah, and what I find really interesting about like the Kappa, especially from this army, is that they serve a slightly different purpose than the Naga, right? Whereas the Naga are more about just like what seems like high intensity damage. The Kappa are more about CC. So the Kappa will like knock you into the air, knock you backwards. You know, use their big hammers to hurt, and then the Naga are just like, you know, high damage.
I can confirm that it hurts.
It does hurt. All right, and like as I mentioned before, we've got Kappa in all shapes and sizes. So like you can see this little tiny Kappa right here who's just having an absolute time.
He's great.
And then I'm actually going to
There's a big one.
also die. Oh, that's right, because we're on a new map, so that went away.
Oh no, that's why.
Yeah,
And that was the Naga priest strategy the whole time.
basically kick us off our old map and then
Hunt us to a new
bring
map.
us to the new one.
Are you okay? Are you good?
Yes, I'm
seem-
making
okay.
myself immortal. I am immortal, right? The fun parts of doing it live. All right, and what I'm trying to do here is actually just like allow us to visually showcase some of the new Naga models. So like,
Sorry, I'll stop hitting them with a hammer.
no, you're okay.
You hit this one with a hammer.
Yeah, just look how pretty they are. I mean, I'm sure that people will screenshot it and be like, "Wow, look at that stuff! Look how
Okay,
absolutely
yeah,
gorgeous they are."
let's- Oh, that's just a hermit crab. We don't care.
Yeah, and so actually what I'm going to do now is,
Hello.
you know, that's the overarching gist of this event. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to force succeed it, because we have one more
Here's
event
one.
to show today, and what that's going to be is the next spot in this chain, actually. So let me force succeed this.
As long as I'm immortal, I'm just like close up admiring these guys.
Oh, please feel free to.
Oh, there they go. Thanks, man.
Yeah. So
Oh, now the NPCs are so grateful.
also, I know that like if I don't do this, players in chat are probably going to be like, clean out your bounty chests.
Yeah, you have to. Oh, yeah. Me
I
too.
feel like that happens at least once every like 5 streams. They're like, you forget to do the thing. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
They're just hanging out there.
I can't clean out these two though, because that's probably gonna be spoilery, but it's fine. We also got hermit crabs, because of course.
Of course we do. All right, so what's next in this chain?
So the next thing is actually there's a quick cooldown, which actually let me see how much time we have left on that that we can't skip, unfortunately. Okay, so we got like about a minute to just kind of exist in this space.
I'm trying to take this wagon. This is my
enjoy
wagon
it.
now.
I'm also trying to think. I'm like, is there anything that we missed so far?
I don't think
Talking
so.
about. I don't think so either.
Yeah, Naga Boss is next. So
Naga Boss is next, yeah, and we
this
got
NPC has
about.
something to say. Isn't the Yeah, there's fishing stuff here too.
There's fishing stuff here, yeah. Which I guess we can take some time to fish real quick if you want. Just toss some stuff into the water while we wait for the NPC to surprise.
I'm watching. There's like half tourist and half. One of them nearly sucked my soul straight out of my nose, is what he says about spirits. So thank you again, Indigo and Aaron, because this my nose. He's like, seriously. I'll spread the word about your nose. These guys are great. I love them. All right. So.
Yeah, sorry. With this event specifically, I don't actually have I don't have any commands to force
So we
it
just have
forward.
to wait. We can go fishing too.
Yeah. Let's see.
Nabi. Oh, that's right, Nabi-san. I'm not sure where that
Oh,
NPC
hey,
is.
there they are.
Yeah, I was like, their dialogue is great.
Nabi-san just showed up, and that is the exact NPC that we were looking for.
Hello.
So what we're going to do is...
You're wonderful.
We're going to talk to them.
Chat.
Oh, hey, thank you. Thank you for the reminder.
Your
Shrink the
chat
stuff.
window is big.
Yeah, I always like expand it as much as I need to because I have terrible eyes, though I will never wear glasses. So I always have to extend it as much as I can. But here, what we're doing now is we're going to be taking the fight to them, right to the Naga. So our job in 2 parts is to work with Nabi-san, who is a local from this village, and go attack the Naga. And one of the reasons that we chose this chain specifically to look at is because I think it highlights something really interesting, which is like, you know, a showcase of one of our new armies, as well as some new like combat elements, right, and things along those lines. And we also wanted to show one of our like more overarchingly staple pieces of content, right, because a lot of things that we've shown today have been take things from point A to point B, the ways that we have kind of like touching on cultural aspects and things along those lines. But I know that like there are players that just want some, like, it's like, where's the punch stuff, right? Where's the cool punch stuff? And
I'm
it's
just
like,
here to
well,
hit things.
yeah, we want to be able to showcase one of those as well. And I think that Paul Branch is the design owner for these 2 events. I think that he did a really good job of being able
this
to
is
work on these
Paul?
events. Yeah,
He's good.
yeah, Paul is great. And let's see.
Where's Nabi-san?
Yeah, I'm going to take Nabi-san to point A, point B. And actually, I'm going to enter Super God mode, and I'm just going to murder absolutely everyone.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm coming with you now because you are a cloud of death.
I am very much a cloud of death, so everything's going to die now.
Yay!
Please stop hurting my friends. Are you done hurting my friend? Thank you.
Yeah, and I do, like you mentioned, the earlier part of this map is kind of a more peaceful and a little bit quiet area, even though there is some punching. But if you want the big fights, those also exist.
Yeah, so now we're going to be challenging the Tide Priest.
Also, I have to call out admiration for Nabi-san's like ocean-based insults. Thieving sea weasel is my favorite new insult, and I will find a way to work that into conversation.
I feel like there's a lot of. Oh no. I feel like there's a lot. No. There's
No.
a lot of. There's a lot.
Oh,
of
there we
that
go.
Here.
I just
Yeah.
yeet into
So
water.
with this event specifically, or with this part of the event specifically, what's happening is that the Naga Tide Priest is channeling their power to be able to make themselves invulnerable and also cast spells. So what we need to do is show them that they're being ineffectual, or at least try our best to show them that we're.
I used up all my
promise
dodge
you.
juice. I'm kind of out right now.
I promise you that we're good at this game. But what you need to do is the way that you break them out of it with the current objective for this event is you actually need to dodge the stuff more effectually than we currently are.
I switched to staff, and I was like, staff 4, go. I was like, hurl myself back. Oh, there I went. That was involuntary. Are you stuck?
No, I'm just like, I feel like I was doing so much better last time, and now I'm just constantly getting hit by the water.
Okay, so actually, this is a question. Can I use my weapon skills to dodge out? Oh, I cannot. Okay, never mind. Answer my own question.
Yeah, so these ones are actually built very much around, I think
That's
that they
rude.
utilize our wind tech, as well as like our knockback tech and stuff like that. So they are very like, realistic feeling of what it feels like to get hit by a wave. But the
Yeah, I
long and
didn't
short
like
of
it.
Yeah, the long and short of it is that you basically just need to continue avoiding. You can also, what's really interesting about this event is that outside of just dodging, you can also emote, taunt the NPC, because
Oh,
it's
that's
basically
right.
just like, hey, you're not good at this. Come get us, right? Fight us like a real Naga. And at some point, actually, Mark, can you switch over to Ruby's? Yeah, Ruby's go quick, thank you.
Do not show my dodge fail shame.
Yeah, I need to actually check some of the UI stuff real quick to see how far along we are.
More
which actually we're
admiration,
pretty
more
far.
admiration for Nabi-san's insults. I love you have to do more than smell like low tide to make us retreat. Like literally, you stink. It's
All right.
fantastic.
So what we're actually doing now is, what I'm doing right now is I'm using a command to speed things up just a tiny, tiny bit so we can get to the next phase.
Oh, good. I get hurled into
Yeah.
the water even faster.
Yeah, basically. But as a reminder, these are all group
hammer.
events. So what you're seeing right now is like a single player or two players are not going to be able to wholly effectively do this without a very significant challenge.
Yeah, bring more than one friend.
Yeah, which that's not to say that like all of the events within the map are group events. We have tried our best to create a good dispersion of different types of events, both like group and non-group, right? Group and solo, different content styles as well, like different event types, different enemy types, things like that. We tried to diversify it as much as possible. So what's going to happen now is once we've succeeded in that, Tide Priest gets frustrated, and actually fights us IRL.
Yeah.
Or I guess ING, in-game.
Nope, there's a Naga in this room.
Yeah, and as you can see, like this Tide Priest takes all of the Naga kit and just turns it up to 11. There's a lot of hurt going on, and as previously mentioned, actually I think there's also some newer stuff too with
Bring more
these
than two
weird little
friends.
beams. So there's a lot of swarming, a lot of fighting, a lot of skills flying everywhere, and a lot of strong pattern skill sets coming from these kinds of bosses. A lot of water effects too.
I'm
Also
hanging on
sharply
to that
affecting.
last one HP so hard.
I think that we're going to be hanging on to it for a very long time, considering that we can't die.
I love it.
And also, like as previously mentioned, there are different. Like we've tried to push break bars a lot more with this expansion as well. So we're going to be incorporating these a lot more within different kinds of events. And also, as you can see, they will do their job by like stunning the enemy. So what I'm going to do right now is go into God mode one more time.
Thank you. I'm trying so hard to get my hammer back. I'm like stuck with my staff now.
Where is it? That.
Please
And
let
like what's really cool about this encounter specifically as well is that with the Naga Tide Priest, right, when you break focus, when you break his break bar, a lot of its spells just go away, right?
It gets much better.
As you can see, we're being swarmed by Naga. We have to fight the Tide Priest, and it would be really, really hard as two players to be able to complete an event like this. But with the power of dev commands,
Yay.
you too can beat anything.
I just looked over. I was like, don't you have like the God kill? Please.
I'm using it right now. I'm using it very slowly. I am what we call pillowing it down, which is
Okay,
basically like
gotcha.
1%ing it for every single click. And I'm just clicking it a bunch.
Is it clicking so
I don't know if
much?
you can hear my clicking skills. Click, 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 and goodbye.
See ya.
Yeah, and then of course, because the UI isn't here, but it's like, you did the thing, congratulations.
We owe you one. Couldn't have done it without
Also, actually, this is
thanks.
a Naga town area with some of the other new prop sets. It is pretty neat. Everybody, please leave us alone. Goodbye.
I was like, they weren't just like, oh well, I guess we'll go home or
No,
Priest
they were
is
like,
dead.
leave us alone. This is our home. All right,
the
and so that was the Naga, what we call Naga Raiders and Naga Boss events, and that's pretty much everything for the event content that we're going to be showing today.
Yeah, we're not going to spoil too much more, but that kind of gives you a look at the beginning of Shing Jea and what the world looks like, kind of what's going on in those early areas, some of the things that will be unlocked for you, and some of the things that we're going to teach you.
Yeah, I feel like there was one thing that we're missing. Was there also did we talk about the mount stuff? The mount
We
stuff?
have not. Why don't you
Oh, we did not.
tell one more secret, Nick?
So one more secret. Okay, so I think it was supposed to be during the Mount Taxi segment, so I do apologize.
I think we got excited
Yeah,
and forgot.
there was a lot of pretty stuff to look at. I blame Tracy. But with the Mount Taxi, right, as we mentioned, that there are, for people who don't have mounts, we have the Mount Taxi, but in other parts of the expansion, you will also get the chance to unlock the Raptor and the Springer without needing Path of Fire. So as you're progressing through the content in other parts of the expansion, you'll have the opportunity to play content that allows you to unlock those two mounts as well. So even if you don't necessarily have Path of Fire, if you don't have mounts, you will have the ability to unlock those two and utilize those tool sets and mounts in general to go around the maps and things like that. which is pretty exciting as well, in my opinion.
I agree. That's going to be super helpful for newer players or players who don't have those mounts and the gliders unlocked yet. So hopefully that will kind of help speed you on your way through Shing Jea when you get to End of Dragons. So that's our show for today. We have so much more to tell you about End of Dragons through the rest of 2021. So make sure to follow our channel so you don't miss anything. Pre-purchase for End of Dragons is also available now. That gets you some cool pre-purchase bonuses that you can use in the live game now, including the Shing Jea Mosaic Cape, the Flame Serpent Weapon Chest, and the Prodigy of Shing Jea title. Yeah, the cape is really gorgeous. I like that. The deluxe and ultimate editions of End of Dragons also comes with the cool Shing Jea Dragon Boat skiff skin that I was using earlier. Right now in game, if you are looking for something to do now, our Halloween event is live now, Shadow of the Mad King. If you've played in previous years, there is a long list of improvements and updates, including some new boss encounters for Halloween. So hop in and check it out. Check out the update notes. I think we can put a link in chat to give you a quick rundown of everything that's new. And there's also a game-wide bonus event going on until next Tuesday, the 12th, to celebrate Halloween, our Halloween bonus bash. And that is bonus XP, magic find, and reward track progress in all areas of the game until next Tuesday. We are working super hard to get ready for the next thing, which is the October 26th Elite Specialization Beta event. And I think we will leave you with one little sneak peek for that.
Actually, before we move to the... sorry, Mark.
Oh, okay,
Before we
y'all,
move
I
on
wanted to
the-
show you. Nick was like, no.
Yeah, no, you don't get to see it.
I tried.
I'm holding on to it. But the thing that I actually also wanted to mention, that I apologize, but you
No,
touched
please.
on Halloween, and something that I wanted to also note is that shout out to Indigo, who did the narrative and
Yes.
all the dialogue and writing for the Halloween event as well. So if you see that stuff, right, and you see like, oh wow, what a great job, because Indigo did a fantastic job with the Halloween stuff.
She did.
You know, just kind of, I think that can help you contextualize like what it'll be like and put together like, oh wow, that she did both this and that. I just wanted to give another shout out to Indigo because she's great.
She is
She was
fantastic. Yeah, definitely head into the labyrinth and see what's new. If you haven't experienced Shadow of the Mad King, if you're a new player since last year, first of all, welcome. Second of all, enjoy the festival. Make sure you hop in and check it out. Read through the update notes and see all of the stuff that's new. And can we show that thing?
Yes, I guess we can show
Thanks.
it now.
All right, let's take a look.
Green.
Oh my gosh.
I wonder what class that could be. Green,
Ooh, I
crazy.
know. All right, we will see you guys next time. Thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you for joining us.